The dogs are out. It's a beautiful day here in central Michigan, and there's hardly any type of clouds. What you see is what you get. The sun is at rose. Dakota's happy. Dakota, did you hit 1,000 subscribers? Are you a YouTube star? You are. You're a pretty girl, and Dakota's very much appreciated of all you that have subscribed to her channel, and we can only go upwards and better, right, Dakota? What do you say? Are you a pretty girl? Can you talk? Hey, Gail, we finally did it. 1K. It took a lot of work, and I appreciate you and all your fine work that you do over on Squid's channel. And there's Miss Dakota. Miss Dakota. Dakota. May May. Did you ever look between her eyes and you can see an arrow, Gail? You see that arrow? She's a very beautiful girl. Yeah, can't go down unless YouTube plays games like they normally do. So I've got to build a few cushions today. I got to get my membership up about 10 because YouTube likes to play games when you hit that 1,000 mark. My new camera should arrive today. I do use an electric mower for my lawn, and the previous one broke. So they're sending me a new one today, so my lawn will look better. This is too high for me. I keep it short because ticks and fleas do not like short grass because the sun will burn them. So I purposely keep where my dogs are very, very short. Ain't that right, baby? Oh, you a daddy girl. Say hi to Gail. Say, thank you. We appreciate you. Oh, look at that big smile. And then Mr. Odie, he's just being Odie. Are you a happy boy, Odie? Huh? Are you a happy boy? Get him. Uh-oh. He's going to get Dad. You're going to let him come by Dad? That's very unusual. She usually pushes him right out of the way. Dakota, look. Look at what he's doing. What? See, she just muscles her way in. Get him. I'd rather have them wrestle like this and get their energy out than fight in the house. Well, I also went looking for a kiddie pool so I could let them swim. I went to Dollar General and they no longer carry the hard plastic. All they have is blow-up pools now. So I think I'm going to have to go to Tractor Supply because they definitely need a pool that they can go into. But you can see that they're definitely rambunctious. Do you have chickens as well, Gail? See, I have 38 chickens. I have 5 layers. I have 8 teenage birds. They're about ready to. The older ones of the teenage birds are getting ready to start laying, and then I have 20 chicks that are like a month old. So it's, I don't know if you've seen the uh, post I did about a week and a half ago. I picked fresh green onions, cherry tomatoes out of off this plant behind me. I don't know if you've ever seen this. This plant is in a small container on the ground. It goes up the trellis of the front porch, across the beam of the front porch. Look how big that thing is. And Gail, check out all the tomatoes. You see them all? This thing is just loaded and it has blossoms galore. So I'm going to have more cherry tomatoes. My squash there had 2 big flowers this weekend. My green beans have a lot of flowers. And then my other tomatoes, I'll do a tour of my garden. You see those tomatoes? Those are going to be good. And it's got lots of buds. My sugar pea. Oh, I have a sugar pea. See that? And if you have tomatoes, you can put sugar peas right in with them, and they will share the same area. Acorn squash is going ballistic. And then I have another form of beans that will dry on the vine, and then I will freeze dry them so they don't go bad. And more tomatoes, and more tomatoes coming on with buds. My sunflowers didn't do so well. And zucchini, I have over 20 zucchini plants, Gail. So I'm going to have zucchini everywhere. I have acorn squash and more tomatoes coming on. Just a few plants. And then I have more tomatoes on the other fence line. I have this closed in so my dogs, I can let them out at night. I don't have to come out and I can see them from inside. More tomatoes. And then I have a few cucumbers here with lots of buds. So that's going to be a good thing. And then I have a hodgepodge here. I have green pepper. I have yellow pepper and red onion and Valdilia onion in here as well. But this tomato plant has lots of buds. So I homegrown everything. But going back to what I did a week and a half ago, I took about, 12 of the cherry tomatoes. I came over here and got my fresh green onion. And if you plant green onion, you can just cut the tops and you can use the tops and they'll grow back. And then I went up to the coop. As you see, the coop door is open. And I got 2 eggs, and I came in and had fresh scrambled eggs with more or less an omelet with green pepper, tomato, my cherry tomatoes I cut in half, and a little cheese. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to get Squid a new camera as well. When I get my new camera today, I'm going to do a live to see how well it is. It is a body cam that you can record up to 5 hours. It's Bluetooth, but it has USB as well. So if I can figure out a way to get it to Squid, I'm going to order her one as well. That way she can record her workouts a lot easier. Look at Dakota. May. May May. Get your May May. Yeah, Odie being a good boy. You love your dad. I can't move without this boy. He alerts. I mean, if I even move, he will alert in a heartbeat. He has to know where I'm at all the time. He's very protective. And the thing, both my dogs, this one and that one, are both rescues. They're the best dogs that I could have ever asked for. I will tell you this: if you've got room in your home and your heart for a four-pawed puppy, do it. You'll get more love in return for that forever home than you'll ever dream of. Ain't that right, Odie? You love Dad, don't you? But I can't believe we finally hit 1K. It took us forever, but we did it. And now it's upwards from here, as Gail has already said. We can't go back. We've got to go up. So please, if you're watching this video, hit that like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, that's the best that I and my two dogs could hope for, is that you show us a little appreciation to tell YouTube, hey, this channel is worth something. We try to be family friendly. And I have a few videos planned. I'm going to be going rock hunting in the Saginaw Bay area of Michigan. If you don't know, Saginaw Bay is part of the Lake Huron. And I don't know if you see that, but that's a butterfly. I see butterflies all the time. I see dragonflies all the time. And I read online that those two as a combination is considered good luck, a change of fortune, or a change in positive energy. I don't know how much of that I believe, but I've also read where if you see butterflies, it's one of your relatives coming back to say hi, check up on you. And I have a lot of pollinators, which is good because I have a lot of flowering going on my plants. But going back to rescues, several of the humane societies in my area do have sponsored adoptions, meaning companies have sponsored the adoption, trying to get dogs and cats into their forever home. Oh. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's one of our chickens, probably laying an egg. You hear her? There goes the dragonfly. And yes, when I open my front door, that's what I get to look out at, folks. I look out, and across the street is the woods. I'm out in the country. My nearest neighbor is a quarter mile to my west. His brother lives about a half mile to the north. His brother is special needs, and he has his own house. His brother does take care of him as far as mowing his lawn, getting his groceries, making sure his house stays clean. His brother mows his lawn, plows his snow, and the brother he looks out for goes to his place and does the chores with the horses. He does have a bicycle, but he also has a golf cart. He doesn't own a car. He probably hasn't left this mile and a half unless he goes with his brother to the store more than 4 times this year. He doesn't leave. He's always here. But he looks out. He's really a nice guy. Now, 2 miles down the road, we do have a artesian well. The water that comes out of the artesian well, pardon me, let me get a drink. The water that comes out of the artesian well is better than what comes out of the well here at the property. We have hard water here, but the artesian well is better than bottled water. As you see, I have my gallon jugs lined up on the fence that are empty. They're going to the artesian well to be filled. We are in a drought here in central Michigan, but I go to the artesian well and I water my plants with that as well as drink it, as well as give it to my dogs. I did take the dogs out for a ride yesterday, and Odie likes ice. I think if you had a treat and you had ice, Odie would take the ice over the treat. And that's not a lie. And look how pretty Dakota is. She's just sitting next to me being Haven. She's being a good girl. Aren't you? You a daddy girl, aren't you, Dakota? May. Are you a daddy girl? As you see, there's a pollinator right there. Odie being a good boy, laying down. Huh? Odie being good. It's cool, so I have the dogs outside. It's going to be like 93 degrees today, so it's going to be very warm. So we're just sitting outside so they get some fresh air. But as soon as the new camera comes, and if I have to charge it, I will. And as soon as it's got a full charge, I'm going to figure out how to Bluetooth it, and then I will do a live with the new camera. I have at least 4 pollinators in my lawn right now. I'm trying to blow something up right now, guys. Can you see that dragonfly to the right of the screen? About 8. Oh, it just flew off. Nope, it's back. Now it's about 5. It's on top of the fence. Oh, it's right there. It just flew off. I don't know if you can hear that chicken. If you can hear that chicken, type 1 in the chat. Because she's making all kinds of noise. She's probably laying an egg. Can anyone hear that chicken? Diane, thank you for the congratulations. Boy, she's just raising Cain over there. She must. We do have one chicken that lays 2 eggs every day. And when all the chicks hit laying stage, we're going to have about 220 eggs a day. Or a week. My bad. 220 a week. So I've already got egg shell cartons, whatever you want to call them, and I will put a cooler in the back of the truck and I'll go uptown and sell them at Farm Fresh Eggs. I did get a big egg a few weeks ago. Oh, I'm already planning on it. Because being farm fresh and free range, because our layers are free range here. I plan on asking like $4.50 a dozen, because you don't get free range farm fresh brown eggs. We don't have any chickens that lay white eggs. We have brown, we have bluish green eggs. And yes, eggs come in different colors if you didn't know. All of ours are farm fresh. And something that Americans don't know that farmers do know, if you don't wash the egg after it's hatched, it's protected, meaning you don't have to really refrigerate them right away. The Europeans do not wash their eggs. Yes, it is, but Gail, what we do for our chickens is we go to the local granary, and they crush corn there, so we'll buy crushed corn, and then we go to the cider mills and we also have different vegetables growers in the area. And what we do is we crush all that stuff up and add it to the crushed corn, and we put different wheats or different grains in there, and that's what we give our chickens. We've been told that the eggs we produce have a different taste and it's a better quality egg. And yes, Gail, they do last up to 4 weeks unwashed. Some people say, oh, that's gross. No, that's the way it's meant to be. Our government wants it chlorine bathed. So when you buy eggs at this grocery store, those are actually put into a big area of water, and they dump bleach in that water, and then they package those and sell them to you. And that goes for all fruits and vegetables. I used to work at a cider mill. Oh, you heard the chicken. One of our chickens is right here. I don't know if you can see her. She's right there. And that's what the dog's alerted to. You see the chicken? Huh? Odie, you've seen her before. Yeah, so if you buy an apple at the grocery store, let me forewarn everybody, I don't care if it's bagged or whatnot. It's been floated in a big tub. I mean, big. This thing probably is The one at the cider mill I worked at was 300 gallons, and they dump, ready for this, 10 gallons of bleach in that water. And they change it out every day. And every apple that is sold in a grocery store has been floated in that water. And then there's a conveyor belt, and it can sit in that water up to, I don't know, I've seen them sit there 2 or 3 hours. So you're eating bleach, and then to be sold in the United States grocery store or produced in the United States, it has a wax coating. That's why they keep so long in the grocery stores. There's a wax coating on every apple. Never buy an apple at a regular grocery store that you haven't taken home and washed and scrubbed. Now, to wash them, the best thing to do is take about a gallon of water, white vinegar, and a light brush. And preferably the water is warmer. And you wash the outside, you let it dry, and then dump your water and vinegar. And then do just cold water and let that soak for a few minutes, and then dry it again. That's all vegetables that are sold in the United States, unless you buy them from the farm, from the orchard direct. The ones at the orchard do not get waxed. The ones at the orchard do not get waxed. And I am actually going to the cider mill. I'm waiting on the phone call when they start cranking up and they start making cider. I want to go when they're making cider so I can go in and do the whole process from the apples coming in the crate through their little wash cycle, and the workers picking out all the bad apples, to the apples going up the conveyor belt through the system, getting grind up and into the press. There are about 5 different types of press. I used to press apples, so I know the process. But it's a very interesting video. I will not be doing the apple orchard I worked at. I'm actually doing one of their competitors. Gail, a lot of people don't know that they use bleach for all fruits and vegetables, unless you buy them from the farmer directly. And be careful of your farmers markets. You think you're dealing with a farmer, 99% of the time you're not. People in central Michigan, we have what is called the Amish produce auction. They'll buy a truckload of broccoli out of Mexico and have it shipped all the way up to the auction, and then they'll sell that. They might sell a pallet of 10 to 15 cases, and someone might buy 8 pallets, and then they'll buy, I don't know, 20 bushel of tomatoes, a case of green beans, and then they just put them in the old wooden pecks and sell them as they grew them. They didn't grow them. They bought them at an auction. And like the auction here, it's about 20 miles from my house. It's every Thursday and Friday. Convenient. Farmers markets are held on Saturday. So the prices they get at the farmers market are pure markup. You might as well go to the grocery store because a you're not paying the markup and you're getting the same product. Honest truth, I'm telling you the way it is. I used to be a truck driver as well. So be very, very careful when you go to the farmers market. And if they have local apples and whatnot, fruit wise, they bought from the they bought the apples that are bleached. So you're not getting farm fresh. You're getting the same stuff you buy at the grocery store. Odie, hush. Go potty. Come on, Ode. Yeah, they don't tell you that there's no way of telling what come by pallet because the guy at the farmer's market has repackaged it, so you can't tell. Just a little trick. I don't know if you knew that, but now you know about the bleach thing. It's a USDA requirement. Any produce sold in the or vegetables sold in the United States that's not farm fresh. Odie. And if you usually go to a farmer's market and you buy from the same person, ask them to take a picture of their farm and their garden where they grow this stuff. That way you know. Well, good morning, Belgium. How are you, sir? Or ma'am, I'm not sure which. Gail, you recognize Chris Painter Corner, don't you? Yeah, if you buy from a farmer's market, from a Odie, shut up. If you buy from a farmer's market from a regular person, ask them for a picture of their garden. If they can't produce one the following week, don't buy from them because they're buying it bulk and splitting it up, saying that it's farm fresh. That's really the only way you can do it, Gail. Just ask them point blank. Hey, can you just say, hey, can you please get me a picture of your garden? If they seem to be standoffish or, oh, I can't do that, don't buy from them. It's simple as that. And if you're lucky enough to be in an area that you have like an apple cider mill, buy your apples from them. And yes, like I said, I used to work at a cider mill, and we used to have what we called the 5 blend. It was 5 different type of apples. Sorry, I had my finger over the lens. We had 5 different variety of apples that we would make a 20-pound bag, and we called it our applesauce blend. And those 5 blends, if you mix them together, made the best apple pies and the best applesauce. Oh, there's one of our girls coming to say hi to y'all. Well, hi, baby. How are ya? and one's under my car or my truck. And yes, I do have my truck up for sale. Pray I sell it because I need something better on fuel. I get 12 miles a gallon, but it is 24 years old. So, well, another girl came to say hi, tell y'all. And the white one's the one that makes all the noise when she's laying eggs. You see those babies, huh? You see the girls? Look at the girls, Odie. Yes, there isn't a cloud in the sky. And when I open my front door, that's what I look out at. That's across the road. That's pure woods. And I do have permission to go hiking on that land. The owner doesn't live on the land. They only come out and hike every now and then. But I watch out for this land. And actually, I have a video camera on the entry point for it. So because I look out for him, he gave me permission that I can go hiking on his land anytime I wish. So I plan on going to the cider mill and doing the cider mill thing. I'm thinking about next Saturday possibly going to the farmer market here and trying to point out which is coming from the local produce auction that the Amish have here. I do live about 20 miles from the Amish community. I do not buy their produce. I do not buy a lot of their items because of their fertilizing tactics. And I'll leave it at that. But to get the best fruits and vegetables without the bleaching process scale, you pretty much have to grow it yourself. Everything I have grown, I will either be canning or freezing. All my acorn squash, I will be putting them in one of my outbuildings that does not have heat. And they stay longer if you do not have heat. I do have zucchini. I do have acorn squash. Oh, did you see that hummingbird that was just in the film frame? I do have hummingbirds that do visit. Dakota, come on. She's overeating grass, and she gets sick every time she does it. So, oh, she's watching one of the girls. Like I said, our girls are free range, so they go all over the place. The white one that was over here by my truck was on the other side of the property just now. You never know where the girls are going to be. And yeah, don't get me wrong, the Amish are nice people. And yes, I have been a Yoder toter. If you don't know what a Yoder toter is, I'll explain what it is. A Yoder toter is someone that transports the Amish to like grocery stores, bus station, whatnot. The Amish are horse and buggy, bicycle, or they walk. But they will hire a car. You don't even have to be a business. They'll hire an individual. Dakota likes all the plants and squash. She loves squash, Gail. Last year I made squash and I took it out of the oven and I set it on top of the stove and to cool down. And I went in and took a quick shower. I come out, the squash was totally gone. She ate it. She loves squash. She loves watermelon. She loves apple, carrot. Don't you, Dakota? Dakota, you like apples, don't you? I can't have any of that without her wanting a piece. Gail, if you don't know, squash and pumpkin are good for your dog's digestive tracts. Plus, it gives them vitamins that dog foods usually strip out. So, with you having your Siberians, don't try to get fresh pumpkin, bake it, and then give your dogs that in their food. And also, you can make homemade treats. Use that. Good homemade treats for dogs is pumpkin, peanut butter, and oatmeal. Well, make homemade treats. It's really easy. Take your and 2 eggs in with oatmeal, put pumpkin and put peanut butter in there, and put chunks of apple and carrot. They're really easy. It takes maybe 15 minutes, and you bake it, let them cool, and give them to your dogs. You can shape them as bones, or you can just roll them up as balls. They'll eat pumpkin, trust me. But if you mix it, do you give your dogs dry food or canned food? Or do you make their food? Making their food is really easy. I do every Friday, Saturday, my dogs get homemade dog food. I usually get a boiled chicken at this grocery store, and I don't like doing that either. I'd rather buy farm fresh, butchered. But you take a chicken, boil it, and then you pull the carcass, the bones, out, and make sure you use a strainer to make sure you don't have bones in there. But put the meat back in. You get brown rice that's been washed and soaked. Throw that in that mix. Throw carrot in there. There's all kinds of stuff you can do that is more healthy for your dogs. But yeah, you can, by making homemade dog treats, you can get that into their food, but mix it in with their dog food, and you will be able to, when you make their dog food again, just add a couple scoops of pumpkin in there, mix it in. I bet you they eat it. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, just like 3 or 4 tablespoons or spoons of pumpkin. Or take the pumpkin, cube it, and while you're frying up their dog food or making the meat, just add the chunks in there, and it will have the meat flavor. They won't even notice it. Just an idea for you. I do it all the time. Dakota and Odie love it. Don't you, Mike? You like your foods? Did you get pizza last night? You got pizza? Yes, they got pizza last night because I had pizza. Odie loves pizza. So does Dakota. But yeah, pumpkin is very good for their digestive tracts. Yeah, don't put any flour in it. Um, Try to get natural oatmeal like we got when we were kids. You know, the nasty, yummy stuff. You know, the lumpy crap that we used to eat for breakfast. That oatmeal, Quaker oats. Try to get natural oats, but that homemade dog biscuits, you bake them. I think it's 375, but you can check online. There's so much you can do that's healthier for your dogs, but definitely try that. Um, and with your chicken, when you pull the chicken out, you just add your brown rice and any of the vegetables like carrots and whatnot. The dogs will eat that because that chicken flavor gets into the. Even if you use cube pumpkin squash, you'll be amazed. Dogs will eat. I use acorn squash and I'll cube that and throw it in the chicken and rice mixture. They love it. They'll eat. They'll sit there. And Dakota will howl when she knows I'm making their Friday, Saturday meal because she's so excited. She's ready to eat. Leave her alone. This chicken that Odie just ran over to the fence for, she's kind of the leader of the chicks. Leave her alone, Odie. You know her. Dakota, what do you see over there? Yeah, let me know how it goes if you try to put pumpkin or squash in there. Let me know. I bet you they'll eat it. And if you do the homemade biscuits, they'll last up to a week if you make enough. Just put them in Ziploc baggies and throw them in the freezer. And it's a lot better for your dogs. And you know what your dogs are getting. And they're getting more vegetables or more vitamins in their diet by adding squash and pumpkin that way. Just cube it up. And then with the carrots, you can cube carrots up real easy and just throw that in so they get soft. There's a lot of vegetables you can give your dogs that most people don't think about. Do not, but look up online which vegetables do not give your dogs because there are vegetables you cannot give dogs. Avocado, do not give your dogs avocado. That's like giving them pure chocolate. There's Dakota. Look at all that energy. Go get him. Get him, Dakota. Get Odie. And yes, Gail, it's far cheaper to make your dog food at home than buy it at the grocery store. I can't believe they're getting $60, $70 for what they call balanced dog food. That's crap. And don't buy the farmers made or market or whatever it's called because all they're doing is what you're doing, Gal, and they mark it up 100 times so they make a profit. I can make dog food cheap, and I'm lucky enough, Gail, where um, within 20 miles of my house, we have at least 4 butchers, farm butchers, not stores that say they're butcher shops. These are farmers that the cows come in one through the pasture door and they exit out the little retail shop up front, and they have a glass window that you can actually see the guys butchering the meat. And I'm thinking about possibly getting a goat, and that way I have fresh goat milk. Well, not only that, Gail, that, yeah, dog food, $70 for a 44-pound bag. They reduce the size of the bag too. I don't know if you realize that. That's just crazy. That is crazy when you think of how easy you can make homemade dog food. And the stuff you make at home is a lot better for them and doesn't cause a lot of the diseases like cancer and whatnot because you're controlling their diet. When you buy that $70 bag of dog food, generally the vitamins and nutrition values have been boiled out or baked out, and it's not good for them. Well, we have a helicopter. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear that helicopter? There it is. See it? That's that little dot. It's going to go in the trees. Oh, Gail, one thing I haven't shared with you guys is when I was an over the road trucker, I did gain a considerable weight. I gained so much weight. Just like last night, I forget who Squid had it on with her, but when she was talking about her weight struggles, I can relate to that. Um, Back about 13 and a half years ago, I did have full gastro bypass. I have to be very, very, very careful when I eat meat. If I eat uh, red meat, I have to only have small amounts. So I primarily eat chicken and turkey. Um, Pork, I can't deal with. I get very sick if I have pork. I had the procedure done. It's called full gastro bypass. And if you're not familiar with that procedure, um, my stomach is the size of a shot glass. So I don't eat a lot of meat. As you see, I grow my own produce and I'll make like vegetable stock and then I'll make my vegetable soup in that stock. It will be uh, vegetarian pretty much. I'll put potatoes in there that I've soaked because I'm a diabetic, so I try to stay away from starches. Um, I use roll ups versus bread. But you can control what you're getting vitamin wise, especially if you have, I mean, everyone has a front porch or a side yard that you could throw like these blue buckets. I bought them at Menards for $7 each. And I put potting soil in there, and I'm out in the country, and none of my plants get bothered by rabbits, coons, nothing. They don't come in because I have them in the area that my dogs are in. And it's really just comes down to common sense. Think about it. Go back, I don't know, 2 generations. They didn't buy produce at the store. They grew it. They didn't buy processed meats like we have now. And Gail, I do not eat fish. I can't handle the fish. Um, Part of it is a mental thing. My parents were divorced, and my dad remarried, and the lady he married was a fish. She liked to go fishing, so that's what she made us do almost every weekend. And if we caught anything, that's what she would cook for dinner. And when you cook fish, and if I don't know if she was doing it improper or what, but her house always smelled like fish. And I don't like to taste the fish. I don't like the smell of fish. I don't even like to look at fish. So I do not go fishing. But I do go kayaking. I love going kayaking. I could go fishing right now if I wanted to. There's a river within 2 miles of my house. Like I said, I'm out in the country. We do, you know, ah, well, during the spring here, um, on the outside of my fence, I did find 3 morel mushrooms. Morel mushrooms are expensive mushrooms. Sorry that you're allergic to them. I like them on almost everything. Good morning, Tammy. How's my Canadian friends? And thank you for that. Congratulations. What part of Canada are you in, Tammy? And Tammy, I'm in central Michigan. I actually have to drive south to Detroit and then go south in Windsor. Edmonton. Wow, you're over a little ways. So do you ever get over to like Windsor or anything? Good morning, Janet. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. We're just talking vegetables and farmer markets and apples. I was telling Gail, do not buy apples at the store. If you do, make sure you wash them and you scrub them. There's wax that they put on them required by the USDA. Hopefully, Robert Kennedy gets all this. Pardon me. They get all this additives out of our food. Ah, you're not really that far away though, Tammy. I've been all over Canada. I used to be a over-the-road truck driver. I went to Mississauga quite often. And for you that don't know where Mississauga is, it's a suburb of Toronto. I can be in Toronto, folks, in 7 hours. Well, I wish they would also ban cornstarch in everything. Cornstarch is not a natural substance. It was actually invented by the Japanese. And not cornstarch, but corn syrup. Corn syrup is not a natural substance. Corn syrup is also the leading cause of diabetes, if you didn't know that. Cool, you still have family in this area, so you ever get back to the area? And right now, folks, I have at least 3 dragonflies, and I do see a butterfly currently. The dragonfly is on top of the fence there. I don't know if you can see him. And I just had another hummingbird fly in and out, if you're lucky to see it. So have you ever visited any of the islands in the Great Lakes, Tammy? Like Mackinac Island? And folks, if you've never been to Michigan, it is beautiful. Take the opportunity to look at the internet. Check out Lake Superior. Tammy can tell you Lake Superior is beautiful. Grand Traverse Bay in Traverse City, Michigan is beautiful. I don't know where that's at, actually, Tammy. I know where, like, I can't think of the names of the towns. Almost everything from Windsor or Blue Water Bridge over to Toronto on either the 2, the 3, the 1, the QEW. Yes, folks, these are all highways in Canada. Tammy's probably going, oh man, he knows his stuff. Yes, I used to travel those roads, so I know them all. I've been across the International Bridge in Buffalo. I've been to Port Huron, but we call it Port Huron here because of the city in Michigan, Tammy. I've been across in Detroit, tunnel and bridge. When I turned 18 is when the drinking age went up, Tammy, here in the States. And at the time, I only lived an hour and 20 minutes outside of Detroit. So it's just easier. Back then, we didn't need much across the border, if you remember. I would just go through the tunnel and enjoy a Friday night in Windsor, get a hotel room, sleep it off, and come back through. Border guards didn't care. But things have changed drastically since the 70s and 80s. Let's face it. Yes, the Great Lakes region is a very beautiful region, and Tammy can second that. So if you're ever looking for a place to go visit, check out the Great Lakes. Mackinac Island, if you ever want to see pure beauty, it's a island in Lake Huron that is 7 miles long, no cars. It's horse and buggy, bicycle, or a right left. You guys do know what right left is. It means you put one foot to the right, one foot to the left, and you walk. Or you're welcome to rent a bicycle or on the ferries, and you can only catch the ferries in Michigan to go over to the island. You are permitted to pay, I think it's $5 or $10 extra onto your ticket, and you could take your own bicycle. There are no cars on the island, but it's very beautiful. And also, if you're coming to the Great Lakes, I would encourage you to do uh, rock hunting. A lot of folks don't know the Great Lakes used to be back a long time ago, before the Great Lakes, this area was an ocean, saltwater ocean. It dried up, and that's why under this region, the entire Great Lakes region, even in Canada, Tammy can tell you this as well, Morton salt that you buy at the grocery store or to spread on your driveways or whatnot is mined in this area. Below the city of Detroit is a large salt mine, and it goes all the way to Cleveland, and it goes almost all the way to Toronto, I do believe, Tammy. This area, most people are like, oh, it snows in Michigan. Yeah, it does snow. But guess what? During the summer, it gets hotter than Hades. Yesterday, it was 95 degrees. It's nice and cool this morning, but it's supposed to warm up. So that's why the dogs are outside right now, is because it's nice and cool. Salt, yes. There's a big salt mine. Matter of fact, there's videos on YouTube that you can watch. Gail, when you get a free moment, watch the video called Detroit Salt Mine. And it's below the city of Detroit. Just like in Kansas City, a lot of people don't realize it. The caves in Kansas City, that's where Kraft Foods stores its cheese. Semis actually drive underground to the warehouses in the caves. I've done it, I know. Well, you have a beautiful day at work, and I appreciate you jumping in, and I appreciate everyone that's subscribed to this channel and made the 100K. Oh, I can't wait. Like I said, I've been using my cell phone, and the pictures that I've gone back and looked, and I can't believe the graininess of the videos. But that new camera should be here today, and I can't wait. Yeah, definitely check out the salt mines of Detroit. It's just all the northern states that'll get salt. Guess where it comes from? It comes from underneath the Great Lakes. But going back to the rock hunting, if you ever come to the state of Michigan, please, please, please make sure you do rock hunt. Jeremy Hales was 100% correct about the Petoskey stones, but there are so much more than just Petoskey stones. There are stones called the granite stone. There's Uper stones that actually glow under blue light. Do not buy them online, because there's a group out of China that has figured out how to make them, and they say they're genuine, but they're not. State of Michigan does allow you to rock hunt. You're allowed to take up to 25 pounds of stone per person from the shoreline. You have Petoskey stones, which is a fossil going back to when this area was a ocean. And then you can find coral, you can find black opets, you can find emerald, sapphire, ruby, but it's all in rock form, so you've got to break open that stone to them. And let me tell you, if you get your hands on a Petoskey stone and shine it and put it on your desk as a paperweight or whatnot, I sent the expert one. And not many people have Petoskey stones. But you can order them online, but you're going to pay. Because the person that is selling that probably found a mass quantity of them and took more than what the limit is. They've polished it and are making a profit from it. Did you see that butterfly? I tried to catch it on film or on camera. And you can see that the wind's blowing just a little bit. If you look at the tree leaves across the street. And this fall, like I did last fall, I will be doing lives and daily progression of the leaves changing. If you haven't seen the video I did last week of the 2 weeks ago of the 65 deer plus in one field, that was less than a mile from my house. And if there's any videos you guys would like to see, I can do that. So I plan on going to Lake Huron and possibly Lake Michigan to do rock hunting. And then this winter I will be tumbling, meaning I will be polishing stones for something to do. Like I said, I used to be a over-the-road truck driver. I have bad knees because I fell out of the truck more than my share of times. So the government says I can't work. I just celebrated my 61st birthday, so yeah, that's why I ordered my new camera, Gail. Hopefully I can solve that problem. I do have a tripod, but it's rather small, so I hang on to the camera currently. The new camera should arrive today, so as soon as it arrives and I get a good charge on it, I will do a live, and hopefully some of you can come in and let me know how the quality looks, because it's supposed to be really good quality. The new camera has a battery life of like 5 hours. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get onto Squid's Amazon and add a camera to it. I don't consider it a plus turning 61. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, and if you know how to add to Squid's Amazon, I want to send her, it's actually a body cam that you wear on your chest. And I think that would serve her while she's working out much better than what she's currently working with. And when I did hit that 1K last night on Squid's show, I promised Squid that when I got close, I would come on to her show and try going over on her show. So I kept that promise. I don't know if you all caught that when I typed that. Squid is a very good friend, and I pick on her quite a bit. Oh, I have her Amazon address, but I tried to add to it her wish list. I tried to purchase a cam, but um, it won't let me add to her list. But I want to do it without her knowing and just send it to her. Because she talked about a camera, Gail. I don't know if you were on the stream or not. 2 or 3. No, it was last week. Because I told her I was getting this body cam. So if it works really good, I plan on ordering one for her and just have it sent directly to her house. But the problem being is I don't know her address, and I'm not going to ask her to dox herself. If I can figure out how to add on to, like, go on to her Amazon wish list, yeah, I don't want her to know about it. I just want to send it and then let her find out when it arrives. See, when Caitlin had her wish list, she had it so you could add items. Squid would have to put that on. She uses, I think, a camera, but it's not a good quality. And with a body cam, it will attach to a post or whatnot while she's working out. And give her more movement wise. You know what I'm saying? I think she uses, like, when she was on her laptop the other day, she commented that her she was on her laptop, so she had to limit her movement. I don't think she, as she said last night, when she started the channel, she didn't even have a desk. Did I hear that, or did you guys hear that as well? When she started the camera, she didn't even, or the started her stream, she didn't even have a desk. I don't have a desk. I don't want a desk. Yeah, she's helped me a lot, and I want to show my appreciation. Plus, she's from Wisconsin, and I pick on her all the time. Usually, when I go shopping, I go to Meijer. If you don't know what Meijer is, it is the cleanest store you ever want to go to. I hate going to Wally World. And let me tell you, the Walton family is based on a lie. They say that Sam Walton invented everything under, where you can go get your motor oil, you can buy your food, you can get your dog food, you can get bicycle, whatnot. He did not. He stole the idea from Henrik Meyer, who started it in 1932 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Gail, have you ever tried Mackinac Island fudge? Mackinac Island fudge, folks, you buy on Mackinac Island, but they do sell it in Lower Peninsula. Mackinac Island fudge is to die for. I sent the expert some, and he and the white rabbit love it as well. The only thing I don't like about the state of Michigan, Gail, is we have an attorney I'll let you take anytime you want. It's the attorney that Squid was talking about last night, David. There's one of our girls. Oh, are you talking? Are you talking, big girl? She's so pretty. You're a pretty girl, aren't you? You a pretty girl? Are you a pretty girl? You a pretty girl, aren't you? And you can actually order it online and they will send it to you, but it's very expensive that way. I can go down to the store and buy it for half pound. I can get it for like $4.50. But the fudge is to die for. They make it fresh, and Mackinac Island is the fudge capital of the United States. Every summer, they make almost 2.5 million pounds of fudge, and they sell it all. And they do it the old way, where they put it onto a marble table, and they work the fudge. And you can actually watch that on YouTube. My internet's fading in and out. I apologize. I was part of Junior Achievement. We formed a company that was seen by General Motors, and we sold Mackinac Island. Yeah, I don't shop at Walmart. I am not a Walmart fan. Going back to when I was over the trucker, they treat the truck drivers like dirt, and they should not be in business. Their stores are usually Walmarts are usually dirty, and I just don't. Gail, look at a live I did at Meijer a couple weeks ago, and look how clean the store is. Meijer's are so much cleaner, and produce is so much fresher. For store bought produce. What I want to do, Gail, is I want to purchase it through Amazon and have Amazon just send it to her, because I don't want it to go on her wish list. I don't want her to know until she receives it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a surprise, surprise. And here's something because a camera that will last, you can record up to 5 hours and have USB, or it has where you can have a 64 gig chip, the old chips that you used to put in cameras and whatnot, but it does have Bluetooth capability, and it connects to cell phones and laptops and computers. Well, I would encourage Squid to get a P.O. box. I don't want a physical address because I think that's doxing. Where if you have a P.O. box, it doesn't have to be in the actual town you live in. It can be in a neighboring town. That's what I have mine set up as. And as you notice, I always say Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Well, I don't live in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I don't live in Mount Pleasant, but that's where my P.O. box is. I drive 17 miles to go to the post office. But the stores that I shop at, the only stores are in Mount Pleasant. So that's why I have a Mount Pleasant P.O. box, because when I go shopping, I just stop by the post office, check my P.O. box, and move on. P.O. box should never be in the town that a creator lives in. It should be in a neighboring town or village. So if you're thinking about starting a channel, there's a little bit of piece of advice. Never, ever dox yourself. Yeah, P.O. boxes are added security. And also, a thing that I don't let most people know. Yeah, talk to Mama Squid if you can back channel it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want Squid to know until it appears. But I'm looking forward to that new camera. The postman should be dropping it off today. And then FedEx is supposed to be dropping off my new mower as well. And I'm looking forward to it. It will look like this one. I don't know if I can get this one in the picture. What's happened is the pegs that go into these holes where my finger is broke off. So they're sending me a brand new mower. So I have a friend that's going to take this one and try to fix this one, because they don't want me to send this one back because it would cost too much money on their behalf. So they're just replacing it. I'm going to have them fix this one, and then I will use this, the one that broke, in an area that I don't want to use the new mower in. Like I said, not much has been going on other than what we've talked about. I've been on for about an hour and a half. I'm going to sign off, but look out for notices. I'll give you guys a heads up why the new camera has been charging after it is delivered, and give you a time estimate of when I'll be doing the test with the new camera. It will be alive. So y'all have a good day. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for helping me get to 1K. Now I just need to get my watch hours up so we can get this thing monetized. I do have my Cash App in the chat if anyone would like to look at that. I appreciate everybody that's helped me get to 1K. But it's been a struggle, but I'm glad I made it. And like I said, I'm getting the dogs a doggy pool. And there's a P.O. box, so if you want to contribute towards the doggy pool, let me know. But I'm going to sign off right now and get the dogs in and get them fed and watered. And then I have housekeeping duties for the next about an hour. I got to do dishes. I got to scrub the floors. I got to dust. And I got to clean my bathroom. I hate that. That's the worst job of housekeeping. But you all have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have a blessed day. Watch out for the live once I get my new cam.